First at 4, Grand Rapids police continue their investigation into the city's 7th and 8th homicides of the year, both of which happened near the corner of Diamond Avenue and Sigsbee Street. News 8's Megan Bunchman joining us now at the desk with more on what we know, Megan.
Well, what we know right now, we do actually know the name of the victim who lost their life, sadly, yesterday morning. We have not named them yet out of respect for the family. Not everyone has been notified, but we do know that that man was in his middle age when he was shot and killed again around 2:30 yesterday. And since then, police have been canvassing the neighborhood, which is very standard, trying to use surveillance camera, ring camera, and neighbors who potentially saw it happen to collect a little bit more information. The problem is that not a lot of people talk in that community out of fear of maybe some type of retaliation or fear of someone seeing them as a snitch to police at this time.
Yeah, have you been able to talk to neighbors?
So I've talked to neighbors, some off the record, some that didn't actually see it happen, but they just talk about how a lot of the times it's not even people in their neighborhood who are causing this ruckus, but that neighborhood just happens to have a lot of people that hang out around there. A lot of the door cameras and doorbells that were working at the time, ring cameras if you will, they were not working. So actually Grand Rapids Police, they just popped up what we call kind of a portable police surveillance camera in one of the parking lots there at the Eastern or the Wealthy Market at that parking lot to see if they can get better surveillance of that area to basically prevent violence from continuing.
So they have surveillance video of these shootings, and neighbors right now are not cooperating, not working with police.
You know, there's always going to be one or two individuals that will work with police, but a lot of times, again, there's that fear of retribution. So police are really reminding people that they will keep your identity quiet and away from others, but if you really still aren't sure, you could always contact Silent Observer. That is an anonymous tip line, and that's a great way for them to kind of get things rolling. I also want to note that, of course, this was the 8th homicide of the year, but just 3 weeks ago in that same block, literally within feet of each other, another individual, this a 38-year-old male, also lost their life to gun violence. Police do believe that these two are most likely connected.
All right. Megan Bunchman reporting for us. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.